wave god in this motherfucker. Hey, shout my nigga Demi Tito.
Song pop like I'm Iggy. All they talking about is last night like I'm Demi. Say you got.
It's Ink, the godfather of the Irish Drill Show, and my boy Demi TV.
Damn ski pole by Michael Jackson.
Let's see what the chat thinks. Let's see. Cause that nigga Demi was like, I'm king.
What's up, Dean family? Dean Nation. Today we doing a in a nutshell reaction to the internet is worse than you think. You feel me? And they write about that. The internet is a dark and crazy and vile place. And honestly, the internet controlling and ruining some shit right now for a lot of people, a lot of things, and twist things up and getting people confused with what their duties are. You feel me? That shouldn't be the case at all. But that's neither here or there. You feel me? But if you're new to this channel, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video on all social medias, and comment below what reaction you want me to do next, and check out the original video in the description box below, and check out the Dean TV clothing merch in the description box below also, and go show your boy some love and support. You feel me? And no further ado, let's get into this reaction. You feel me?
In 2022, nearly half of Americans expected a civil war in the next few years.
Yeah.
1 in 5 now believes political violence is justified. And it's not just the US, but around the world.
Literally, it's justified because you can see what's going on by today's standards, and you look at today's standards of what's going on around the world. It's like, okay, it's justified, literally justified. It's like you just look at our president with all the shit he done chaotically, and everything that he did is justified because he the fucking president.
People increasingly see themselves as part of opposing teams. There are many different reasons for this, but one gets blamed a lot: social media. Social media divides us, makes us more extreme and less empathetic. It riles us up or sucks us into doom scrolling, making us stressed and depressed. It feels like we need to touch grass and escape to the real world. New research shows that we might have largely misinterpreted why this is the case. It turns out that the social media internet may uniquely
It's an addiction.
undermine the way our brains work, but not in the way you think. The myth of the filter bubble. You've probably heard about online filter bubbles. Algorithms give you exactly what you want, or what they think you want.
Yeah.
You only see information that shows you opinions that agree with yours, while dissenting opinions or information are filtered out.
That's what
Since
really
you only
happens.
see content close
That's
to
what
your
they call.
worldview, more
That's
extreme.
what they call shadow ban, cause like YouTube and other platform sites like Instagram and stuff, they'll see somebody post something and yeah, it'll be good as fuck. It'll be something you may need to hear or see, but at the same time, if it ain't what they agree upon, it's like, okay, we shouldn't have this popping. You feel me? Cause this have people thinking about shit and have people doing shit that we don't need to be doing. When I say doing shit they don't need to be doing, that's like freeing their mind from this enslaved mindset of capitalism. You feel me? Cause everybody's stuck on the mindset of capitalism, cause that's the only thing they've been done to them. You feel me? Cause like everybody the product of their environment. It's like you shouldn't be the product of your environment to continue a cycle. You feel me? You gotta be able to break them cycles and break that cycle they got you in.
And toxic opinions suddenly seem less extreme. You're trapped in a radicalizing filter bubble, and your view of the world becomes narrower and more extreme. But is that true? Extreme filter bubbles seem to be rather rare. Studies that investigated what people actually look at online or are shown by search engines found little evidence that you're ideologically isolated. It's the exact opposite. Online, you are constantly confronted with opinions and worldviews that are not your own. It turns out that the place where you are the most ideologically isolated is your real life, in the real world, with real people. Your real-world interactions with your friends, family, colleagues, and neighbors are much less diverse than your online bubble. The filter bubble exists in your real life, not online.
Cause it's like a lot of people in your current life, it's like they are the real people. They're the real people who keep you on the float. You feel me? Like they the ones who like form you who to be who you are today. You feel me? It's like negative, positive, or what they have, the type of impact they have on you. You feel me? It's at the end of the day, it all starts with your environment. You feel me?
Okay, wait.
So you gotta remember, the
Online
internet
filter bubbles
just
have
got
been
here.
the prevailing explanation as to why we've all started hating each other more over the last 2 decades. If that's not the case, shouldn't the internet open our minds and make us more empathetic with each other? Unfortunately, your brain is stupid.
Damn,
Your brain is stupid.
that's tough.
Human brains didn't evolve to understand the true nature of reality, but to navigate and maintain social structures.
I don't know about all that. I think it all depends on the mindset and your thought process, honestly, because some people ain't gonna have that same mindset, literally. You feel me? And some people is, and some people different from each and every person. So it's like you can't just say that and say, oh yeah, hold that title to somebody, because everyone's different in their own unique way. You know?
Our ancestors desperately needed each other to survive, so our brains had to make sure we cooperated. That's why social isolation or exclusion feels so horrible, because it was actually life-threatening. The tribe that worked together.
That's why when you get isolated, you be isolated too long from society and from people. That's why you get sick. You feel me?
Survived. A divided tribe died.
Damn.
The way communities worked for thousands of years is that, sure, you may have disliked a neighbor, but because you lived close to each other, you also rooted for the same sports club or saw them at church.
Yeah.
You both
That's
thought,
how I always be. You feel me? It's like somebody like sports or something like that. It's like you can beef with somebody, dislike somebody, but that one little thing will bring y'all together like nothing happened. You feel me? And that's the power of, I guess that's the power of the fucking world, cause who knows? Any little thing can like bring somebody together, can reunite and unite people. You feel me? So everything depends on people or the person. You feel me? Cause the world ain't gonna change itself. The world here, we are here on Earth. You feel me? To protect and provide for it. You feel me? And a lot of us not doing that, doing our job for the Mother Earth. You feel me? A lot of people just confused. They're just doing what they want to do, doing what benefits them. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like you gotta look out and take some time for Mother Earth. You feel me? Cause without Earth, you wouldn't be here now. You wouldn't be breathing. Like nobody would be knowing you or know of you right now if you wasn't here on Earth. You feel me? So yeah, let's get back into this shit.
that the people from the other village were idiots. Being physically close made you familiar and created similarities that bridge the gap of different worldviews, so you didn't murder each other. And your worldview was probably not that different in the first place.
So that's why people want to be. That's why people. That's why Christians and Muslims and what you call them people, Jehovah's Witnesses, don't be that close, cause they've been programmed to hate each other, and that shit's sad. Honestly, real deal sad.
Because it was formed by the
And
same
other
local
religious
culture.
systems and
When our
beliefs.
brains evolved, this was enough. Whoever was around was similar to us. We liked what was similar to us. This kept us aligned enough to work together despite our differences. As humanity moved on from small tribes to towns and cities, from chiefdoms to kingdoms to nations, our brains and our communities had to adapt to more diverse sets of neighbors. We began to meet on the town square or in universities where we argued and screamed at each other. But in the grand scheme of things, communities were still relatively isolated, we were still pretty similar and aligned with the people around us. Conflict and disagreement are not a bad thing per se. Tension over how we should live can create
It
new and
helps
wonderful
create
things. Our
understanding.
values,
That's one thing about, I guess, disagreements. It help get you understanding, cause with a person, cause it'll let you know that what somebody going for or what they not going for, what you can say to somebody, what you can't say to somebody. You feel me? It gives you boundaries, limits. You feel me? A lot of people don't know about that shit, cause they used to fucking people over and saying and doing all type of shit to people. You feel me?
And taboos are always evolving, and whatever we think is normal today will not be normal in the future.
Facts.
But we also need social glue to hold our societies together, because our brains don't care about the meta level of humanity, but about being safe in a tribe. Until about 20 years ago, we did something
And
truly
that's why I
new
say in our Bible, it take a village.
that hit our brains like a freight train: the social media internet, the digital town square. Don't you dare disagree with me. Social sorting. In a nutshell, our brains are not able to process the amount of disagreement we encounter on the social internet.
I
The very
can believe,
mechanisms that made
that.
it possible for our ancestors to work together in the first place
override
are
us.
derailed in ways we were not prepared for. Whether you want it to or not, your brain sorts people by worldviews and opinions into teams.
I agree with
This
that.
is not simply tribalism, it goes further. Researchers have called this process social sorting. On the digital town square, you encounter people that express opinions or share information that clash with your worldview. But unlike your neighbor, they don't root for your local sports club. You're missing the local social glue your brain needs to align with them. For your brain, the disagreement between yourself and them becomes a central part of their identity. And this makes it less likely that you will seriously consider their position or opinion in the future. If you hear bad things about them, your brain is much more likely to believe it uncritically. On the flip side, there are people who share your worldview and are maybe even more similar to you than many people in your real life, which makes your brain like them a lot and kind of hyper-align with them. People who think like you are probably good people because you're a good person and whatever social group you belong to is good. So your brain is more likely to believe their opinions. If you hear bad things about them, your brain is much more likely to dismiss it uncritically.
Program.
The engagement-driven
Literally
social internet
program.
makes it worse
Literally
because it
they
wants to
showing
keep
us
you
and telling us
online
about
as long as
program,
possible.
how they program.
And the most engaging emotion is, unfortunately,
How our brain
anger.
programs
The more
shit.
angry you get, the more likely you are to share and engage. And this leads to social media amplifying the most extreme and controversial opinions. It optimizes not only to show us disagreement, but the worst disagreement possible. And because your stupid brain is sorting people into teams, whatever the worst opinions are, it assigns the same opinions to everybody on the other team. What's striking
I'll have
and
a
new
piece of
about
rubber.
online polarization is that all the aspects of our lives that make us individuals, our lifestyle choices, the comedians or shows we watch, our religion, sense of fashion, and so on, are condensed, making it seem that they're parts of opposing and mutually exclusive identities. This simplifies and distorts disagreements about how we should run society so much that it often seems as if the people on the other team are actively, willfully making the world worse. That they're almost evil beyond convincing with rationality, facts, or civil
This is a great
discussion.
video, actually.
While you are, of course, on the correct team, it may be hard to process that you may seem like
Shit's
bad
all
to
about
people on
perspective.
the other team. On a societal level, this is dissolving the social glue that's the foundation of our democracies. If we think our neighbors are evil, how can we live together? This is especially bad in the US, where the two-party system makes it extra easy to think of people in terms of teams. Negative opinion about the other party has reached record highs. Okay, is there
So
something
these
we could
niggas
learn from
keep
this?
this shit going.
Is there
man.
something we can do? Something more positive. Opinion part. In the end, it's important to be aware of what social media does to your brain. It's easier to change yourself than to change the world, so you can self-examine why you believe the things you believe, and whether you dismiss or believe information based on who the person is who is stating that information. The internet comes with a lot of ups and downs, and just like we had to adapt from living in small tribes to living in cities, we need to adapt to the information age where we have access to billions of people. Evolution is too slow, so we need to find models that work with what our brains are able to tolerate. One model that seemed to work well was the pre-social media internet old people might remember. Bulletin boards, forums, blogs. The main difference to today was twofold. For one, there were no algorithms fighting to keep you online at any cost. At some point, you were done with the internet for the day, as mind-blowing as this may sound. But more importantly, the old internet was very fractured, split into thousands of different communities, like small villages gathering around shared beliefs and interests. These villages were separated from each other by digital rivers or mountains. These communities worked because they mirrored real life much more than social media. Each village had its own culture and set of rules. Maybe one community was into rough humor and soft moderation, another had strict rules and banned easily. If you didn't play by the village rules, you'd be banned. Or you could just go and move to another village that suited you better. So
yeah, so it's like a clan thing, like a Naruto type shit.
That in the end just leads us to going insane. One solution to achieve less social sorting may be extremely simple. Go back to smaller online communities. Because what our stupid brains don't realize is that we are actually all on the same team. Humanity on a wet rock speeding through space in a universe that doesn't think about us.
But at the same time, we ain't, because it take people time to understand like what the fuck's really going on and what the fuck. Like it take a lot of people, bro. It take, bro, this shit deeper than that.
One of the worst things about the media we consume is that most news organizations tend to cater to one team, making you feel you're on the correct side. Ground News, the sponsor of this video, is trying to make these biases more transparent by giving you tools that help you think critically about the information you consume.
And y'all see why I'm doing this spiritual shit to educate y'all, cause bruh, and educate myself along the way and others along the way and some family members who watch me or whatever the case may be. Cause this shit is real, bruh. They literally programming people.
We wholeheartedly support. Ground News gathers related articles from around the world in one place, so you can compare how different outlets and sites cover them. They provide context about the source of the information, if they have a political bias, how reliable their reporting is, and who owns them. This makes the news less stressful and makes you understand the world much better.
Okay.
If you want to check them out, go to ground.news/nutshell.
That's all I'm
If you sign
gonna
up through this
say.
link,
Hope you guys like this Dean Family Dean Nation.
Subscription
Like,
supports
comment,
Kurzgesagt
subscribe, and
and
share the
News.
video on all social medias and comment below what reaction you want to be next. See you guys next time. Love you guys. I'm out and going to show nothing in a nutshell. Some love. And if y'all want what they got promoting right now, go check them out and put that shit in the link. Check out my merch and copy some in the description box. So I'm out. Love y'all guys.